Meridian Star.
Hello, in this video I'll be going over some of the Meridian Star pizza and delivering options we have with future POS. Please view our other videos to see more of the software or give us a call. We'll be happy to do a more in-depth demo and answer any of your questions. The number is 855-853-6485. Now first of all, on the sign-on screen we'll be able to sign in with different employee IDs for each employee. This will give us the ability to track not only their permission levels per employee, but also we'll be able to do payroll. As you can see, we have our menu arranged at the bottom of the screen here, but in this software we can actually arrange the buttons in any configuration that you want. So wherever you want any button that you see on the screen here, we can put it in that location. We have the ability to go off of a ticket number or a number that we select, as is the case for counter service. But we can also do table service on here. So if I hit new table the way that this example is set up, we can select a table and then we can ring up our items into that table tab. On my table tab, I'm going to ring a large pizza and I'm going to be able to choose what toppings I want on that. What we get is the multi-column modifiers, which will allow up to 6 columns on screen at a time. This allows us to make any options that we have to make, any choices that we have to make for a certain entree or food item all at once on the screen, and will save us time per order. Now the 18-inch pizza is the item itself. Everything else that's under it will be printed in red in the kitchen printer, and as we can see, everything will be phrased the way we want it. We can actually control the way that everything is spelled out, not just on the item and the way that it rings up, but also on every button on the screen. We can control how everything looks and the way that it's phrased. When we first ring up an item, we can actually select the item and the modifiers on it, but we can select the modifiers and still change them. Once the order has been sent to the kitchen, each of these items will have these green dots next to it, which means that it already printed in the kitchen. And if I try to change anything on here now, it's going to tell me that I need a supervisor authorization to do a void. We'll show you how to assign void permissions to your different employees, but in this example I'm just going to take a payment, which is the settle check button here. Like I said, if you want this button to say pay or whatever you want for this button, we can make it look and say whatever you want. I'm going to hit it and it's going to take me to my payment screen, where I have the option to simply do cash or close it out with one of the credit cards just by swiping it on my terminal. Later on, you can also have your own gift cards if you're interested. I'm going to close this out as cash, but actually I'm going to put $30 cash, and it's going to tell me the change due on the screen. Once I did that, you can see that that table tab is now gone. Next, I'm going to talk to you about pickup orders and delivery. Pickup can be called carry out, to go, phone orders, whatever you want it to be called. In this case, we have it labeled as pickup. When we hit the pickup order button, we get our customer database. We can look up a customer by their phone number, and if we have a customer with that phone number, they'll pop right up on our list. In this case, I don't have a customer with this phone number, so I could just hit plus new customer right here, and it's going to allow me to put in the fields that I have selected for the POS to ask me. In this case, I just have it asking me the first name and the phone number, but I could set it up so that it will ask us the email address, birthday, and any other data that we want to have. Now we have this customer assigned to this check. With the customer assigned to the check, we can ring up the order as needed and then send it to the kitchen. While that's being prepared, we can go on and take other orders on our POS system. When the customer comes in to pick up their order, we have them in our list of open tabs. We can select it, we can confirm the order, and we can take a payment on it. Now the advantage of having that customer database in place is that the next time that this customer calls, we can actually see more information on them, and we can see their previous order. And if they ask for the same thing or the usual, we can just hit repeat last order right here, and it's going to ring it up for us. That customer database will also track the customer activity and history for us to do loyalty plans and rewards programs as well. Now I'm going to close out this check here, but I want you all to know that if we don't want to deal with the customer database for pickup orders, we can simply ring up an order, and we can use the check description button to put a name on it. There are many features like that on the POS, so what I want you to do is just give us a call today and we can talk about specifically how you want to run your business, and we'll configure the system accordingly. Now I'm going to close out this sale, and we're going to close out this sale, and now I'm going to talk about delivery. Now the first part of a delivery order is just pressing the button that says delivery order. That will take us into our customer lookup screen, and we can look up a customer by their phone number. If we have a customer with that phone number, they'll come right up. If we don't, then again, we'll add the new customer. We can choose what we want the system to ask when we do a new customer. And of course, because this is delivery, I have it asking me for the street address. Now here we have our check, and we're going to ring up the items into it and send it to the kitchen. I just want to mention that I looked up the customer manually, but we can also have the caller ID option so that when someone calls, it will flash their name right here, and we can just hit that, and we'll already have that customer highlighted, and we can just hit OK, and it'll give us a tab with that customer's name. Once we have deliveries rung up, we can go into the delivery panel button, and this is our delivery panel screen where we will be tracking our deliveries. So here it will list all the delivery drivers that are currently clocked in, and here it's going to list all of our delivery orders. So we can actually select multiple delivery orders, and we can select one of the drivers, and we can hit assign driver, and as you can see here, it will actually assign that order or those orders to that driver. It's up to you if you want the drivers to close out their own checks, or if you want a cashier to close the checks out for them. Either way, at the end of the night, you'll be able to go in and get a report for each driver, where it will show you all their checks, their sales, tips, and other statistics, and you'll be able to print the slip right out of your receipt printer. You'll also be able to get an end of day report for all of your sales and other data that you need at the end of the day, but we'll work with you so you can do your shifts and your cash reconciliation the way that you prefer. That's it for our demo on pizza and delivery options, but please give us a call if you have more questions or if I didn't go over something that you need to know about. 855-853-6485. Thank you.